Okay, here it is. The big question. What causes you to be put in the friend zone? So I'm going to answer that now. Some of the secrets of what do men do that makes women just see them as a friend and not as a romantic partner or being sexually attracted. So here's some of the biggest things that I see that men struggle with. So number one thing I see is men play it safe during the conversation. They don't show their intent right away. Guys, when you go to approach a girl, talk to a girl, or you're interested in a girl, you've got to start the conversation off or initiate the interaction immediately with the intent that you don't just see her as a friend. Now, you don't come out and say it right away. You don't walk up to a girl, hey, how you doing? I want you to be my girlfriend, or I'm sexually attracted to you. That's not how it works. It's not what I mean. However, you have to start flirting and give her signs immediately that you're not just there for a friendly conversation. For example, walking up to a girl and making eye contact with her. Giving that flirty body language that we talked about in the first section. Hopefully you watched The Notebook so you could see some of the things that he does in the beginning opening scene in The Notebook. It's an excellent portrayal of how to be flirty, showing your intent right away and showing your interest in a girl. Sometimes if you have to, you're going to be straight up interested. Hey, I came over because, you look so good. I couldn't help myself and I wanted to come over and say hi. I thought you were just super, super good looking and super attractive and I wanted to introduce myself. If you have to do that, it's better than just not saying anything at all, or not approaching, or being overly nice, overly friendly, such as, hey, how you doing? Oh, that's good. How's your day? Yeah? Oh, great. Oh, well, it's nice to meet you. Yeah? Okay? That's going to get you maybe friends, but it's not going to get you a relationship or a girl attracted to you. So you've got to start the interaction and the initiation, and throughout, you've got to maintain the fact that you're attracted and show your intent. You have to make moves. Okay, if you go on a date with a girl 3 or 4 times and you never touch her, she's going to get bored and she's going to lose interest quickly and go, this guy is either doesn't have any confidence, or they possibly think you're gay. And unfortunately, I hear this a lot from women, like, oh, I went on a date with him a couple times. He didn't try to kiss me. I don't know. I wonder about this guy. Okay? So if you're not making moves, you're not showing your intent, that's going to cause you to put in the friend zone very quickly. The quicker that you either kiss a girl or have sex with a girl, the easier it is to lock in a relationship or an interaction. The less you touch her, the harder it gets. So you want to do things more often, and you have to go through the process, but you want to go through the process quickly. You want to go through those steps. We're going to cover that section 5, how to get physical and touch a girl and things of that nature, but there's a lot to learn before we get to that step. Okay? All right. So the next thing that causes men to be put in the friend zone is being overly nice, inauthentic, manipulative, or over-promising. So a lot of guys talking to a girl want to promise the world to her. Oh, if I was your boyfriend, I would do this and I would do this. Well, it's kind of, talk is cheap. You ever heard that expression? Actions speak a lot louder than words. And I hate to use cliches, but it's really true. When you're speaking to a woman, you've got to be just yourself. Just show her who you are, be attractive, have some fun with her, and that says way more than all your words or promises will ever speak. Okay? Don't bash other people in order to make yourself look better. For example, if there's a good-looking guy, like, oh, he thinks he's so great, look at him. Matter of fact, that actually makes the girl more interested in him than you. Okay? Because it shows insecurity on your part. And I'm sorry if the truth is starting to hurt, or I'm offending you in any way, but it's important to know these things and what is causing the problems with being put in the friend zone. So if you are saying those type of things, if you're bad mouthing other guys, you're over promising, you're being overly nice in order to win her over, then that's going to work against you, not for you. Girls don't want to be your reward. They don't want to reward you with sex or a kiss or a relationship if you're good. Like if you become friends with her and you've been really nice to her and you've treated her well, she's not going to be like, okay, I'm going to have sex with you now because you did all this. That's not how it works. Now, I'm not saying you need to be mean and not treat women well, but you need to be authentic in the way that you do it. You have to be congruent with who you are, which we talked about in the first section. And you have to not change your personality or promise anything that you wouldn't do. If you're telling a girl, oh, if we get married, I will buy you a house, I'll do all this stuff, She knows it's not real. She knows you're probably not going to do that stuff, really, and you're just saying that. And even if you do really mean it, it's way too much too fast. It doesn't come off as real, okay? So be careful with saying those type of things when you're around a woman. Okay, another big problem I see that men have is waiting for her to make the first move. Guys, how it works is you got to make the move. And that's just how it is. I mean, very rarely, there may be occasion if you're a really good looking guy, some women will come up and talk to you. But you've still got to do all the right things in order to be attractive to that girl, or she's going to leave very quickly. And being really good looking may get you a tiny bit edge. It just maybe get you more introductions or a little bit more time. But if the girl finds out you're not confident or she sees you're inauthentic, she's going to leave right away anyways. Okay? So you've got to, no matter who you are, is make the move on her. If you see a girl that you're attracted to, go talk to her. If you're on a date with a girl and you want to kiss her, go for it. If you feel like you've read the signals are there, she's attracted, and she likes you, then move in for it. Move in for the kiss. Now, we're going to cover that throughout the next few sections on how to tell if a girl likes you, and especially in section 5, we're going to talk about that, where, how to move in for a kiss and things of that nature, but you have to make moves. If you're there, you have to put your arm around her, you got to hold her hand. You're going to have to work the whole relationship. That's just how it is. And again, going back to the first video in the series, you can't stop the sky from raining. So don't try to fight that fact, just embrace it and learn how to get really good at making the move. That's all. We're going to teach you, don't worry, I promise. That's why I built this course. Everything's going to be covered in here. Okay? As long as you stick and you watch every video, you will know how to do all these things. Okay, next is being too serious or boring when you're with the girl. If you're yourself, but you're just a very boring version of yourself, and you're not edgy at all, you're not making her laugh, you're not being humorous, you're not playing with her at all, you're not being playful, and you're just like, how you doing? Oh, that's good. So how's your day? Yep. How's the weather? That's good. Yeah. Okay. Oh, how's your job? Do you enjoy your job? How do you like it? Yeah. Do you see yourself there for a while? See, this is conversation, but it's not very exciting. It's very boring, bland. She's gonna get bored and turned off after a while. So you have to sprinkle in some flirting, some, play with her a little bit, tease her, joke with her, have some fun, take a break, do something out of the ordinary, do something weird. Sometimes if you're with a girl, if I was, with my wife now, or if I was with girls before, and I'm on the couch, we're watching a movie, and it's, it's a scary movie, and there's a scene, and there's no conversation going on between us, nothing's happening. I want to break the tension, so I'll be like, boom, and I'll scare her, and she'll be like, you're a jerk, and but they like that. I'm not doing it to be mean. It breaks the tension up a little bit. You got to remember, the whole point of this date is not to watch the movie. It's so that you guys can enjoy each other's company. So if you're just laying there, that's kind of boring, right? So you gotta sprinkle in a little bit of excitement and fun when you're with someone, no matter what you're doing. Okay. Next is another problem that guys, especially if they're not good with women, what they'll try to do is put her in a relationship too quickly, or kind of like trap the girl, or try to convince her to be in a relationship with them as fast as possible because they're scared that she's going to leave. And they think, well, if she's in a relationship with me, then she can't leave because she's my girlfriend. It's not how it works. Guys, women are free to leave at any time, whether they're your girlfriend, you're married, or you're just dating. Anytime. If she doesn't like you, she can just walk out the door. It's a free country. Okay? So you have to maintain her attraction for you. You have to keep her attracted. You have to be interesting. You've got to constantly, it doesn't ever stop either. It happens all the way through marriage. If you've ever seen guys in marriage that aren't having any sex in a marriage, or they complain about marriages, that what they've done is they usually have stopped being an attractive guy, or they've stopped courting the girl and stopped having fun with her, or stopped spending time with her. So then the spark dies in the marriage. And to bring it up, you have to start just like you were dating. It's always going to be that way. Again, and I'm sorry to break you the news that you're going to have to continue to work at it for the rest of your life. But it becomes easy when you know what you're doing and you get good at it and you keep practice, just like brushing your teeth, working out, or anything that you do. It's not as hard once you keep doing it, okay? But you can't, if you're on a date with a girl and you try to convince her to be your girlfriend after, let's say, 1 or 2 dates, she's going to get really scared off by that. She's going to see you're insecure. Let it happen naturally. After a while, what will happen is you guys are having fun together. If you have sex or you kiss the girl and you're enjoying each other's company, it's going to be kind of just known that you guys are in a relationship. After a month or two, you guys seeing each other all the time. It's like, hey, are we like boyfriend or girlfriend? It's more like that. It's more real than the second date. Like, oh, so would you like to be my girlfriend? That's very awkward and strange for the girl to do that, and it puts a lot of pressure on her. Okay. She feels like she's going to be trapped if you do that. So just let her make the decisions naturally. Whatever you do. Another thing I see that men do is don't change your Facebook status after going on one date with a girl. I'll see a guy go out on a date and then he puts up on his Facebook status, in a relationship. That's like the worst thing you could possibly do. It just screams insecure to the woman that you're dating, and it's probably going to scare her away. Guys think that, no, she's going to like that. She's going to like that I want to be a boyfriend. No, you got to remember, people desire and women desire sometimes things that they can't have, or things that are too available are not very desirable and are boring. Going back to the first section where I talk about the cookie analogy, if there's a bunch of cookies, a huge bunch of cookies on the table, and you just ate food, you're like, I don't know if I really want a cookie. But if you're hungry and there's one cookie left, you're going to want that cookie a lot more. So you've got to make yourself that one cookie by being more desirable and not being so easy and available. Women want a challenge. They want the champion. They don't want the desperate guy. And it screams desperateness if you label on your Facebook that you're in a relationship after one date. Okay? Next is worrying about whether she likes you or not, or taking things too personally. If every little thing she does, you worry, oh, does she like me, or is she upset at me? Am I doing good? How am I doing here? She's going to sense that. Women are very intuitive. They can pick up these little signals like that. So if you're wondering all the time, like, is she liking me? Just know she's liking you. Know that you're an attractive guy all the time. Even when she's in a bad mood. Women get in a bad mood. My wife gets in a bad mood all the time. I don't know if she's hungry, she's tired. Sometimes I'll just be like, hey, what's up with you? You cranky? What's going on? Why are you being so cranky? And I'll mess with her a little bit, have fun, and then it breaks her out of the bad mood. I don't worry about whether she still likes me. I know she still likes me. That's why we got married. Okay? Same thing if I was dating a girl. I always do that. If women are like, oh, they're not acting as, as happy and as emotional as they normally are, some guys take that personally. I'm like, oh, it must be me. If you start doing that, guys, you're gonna really start finding that girls don't call you back, or you may start it off good and then all of a sudden she starts losing interest. If you're starting to take things too personally, or wondering all the time whether she likes you or not, or if you're doing everything right, that's gonna turn her off. She's gonna see that you're insecure. Okay? So another thing is being jealous about other guys. It's funny because the more you don't care whether she likes other guys or not, the more confident she sees and will be attracted to you. Some guys get really jealous about other men when a girl talks to her, and sometimes she'll test you to see if you're insecure or not. Sometimes she'll test you to see, if I go talk to this guy, what's he gonna be like? Okay? Now, if she's actually dating or making out with other guys, you might want to say, I don't know if this is working out. If you guys have been together for a while and that's happening, that's a different story. But usually there's a problem in the relationship. I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole another course in itself. But sometimes she just wants to have fun and see, how are you going to react if she goes talk to the guys? Now, she doesn't want you to not care at all, but if you're like, hey, stop talking to these guys, or you start snooping through her phone and you're looking at text messages, or you're being like overly insecure and telling her, oh, I don't want you wearing that, guys are going to look at you. She's going to feel like she's being smothered, and that's going to push her away more. Me personally, I really don't care. If a girl's talking to another guy, I'll make fun of it. I'll be like, oh, so how's your boyfriend over there, huh? Oh, look at him. He's very successful, actually. I don't know if you should be dating me. That's the type of guy you should be dating. And I'll mess with her. And because I know I'm confident, I know I'm attractive, I don't need to worry about whether that guy likes her. And she'll be like, oh, shut up. And that shows that I'm confident myself. Or if a guy's talking to her and I know the guy doesn't have the type of level of game that I have, or the skills or the confidence that I have, and I see him trying to impress the girl and everything, I'd be like, oh, did you see that man? He just bought a BMW. Now you should go talk to him. Or, oh, did you see that? He said he could bench 250 pounds. Now that's the man you want to go talk to. Oh, you'd love to feel his muscles, wouldn't you? And I'm not being serious when I do this. I mess with her. I'm having fun because I know she's not going to be attracted to the guy. I know she wasn't. And by me calling it out and showing it makes me even more attractive because I know all the wrong things that men do. And women know this stuff. They know what the guys are doing wrong and what they're doing right. Most attractive women, because they're used to being approached all the time. So me calling it out, she's like, oh, this guy's different. He knows what's the wrong thing and he's confident in himself. He doesn't even care that I talk to these men. He's that confident, okay? So be confident. Don't worry about the other guys. And you know, and my philosophy is this. If another guy is going to get my girl or the girl that I'm trying to see, then kudos to him. He did a better job. And you know what? I should go talk to that guy and be like, hey, listen, you did better than I did. What did you do right? I want to find out, what is this guy doing? Not be jealous of him, not put him down. I want to find out, how did you do it? Okay? Now, fortunately, that doesn't happen that often anymore, but it used to. So I used to ask guys, instead of being jealous, I used to say, hey, you know, I noticed you did well, and they thought I was going to start a fight or something like that, you know? But instead I was like, hey, you did good with that. How did you get her? And then, you know, I'll go out for a beer with the guy, make friends with the enemy. It works well. Okay, I do this in business myself as well in competition. My competitors, I make friends with my competitors. I don't bash my competitors. I actually am friends with all the people who own businesses like me in the state. So that way I can learn from them, which makes me one of the best. Okay. Next is talking about yourself constantly to impress her. Talking about your achievements, your looks, your money, your finances. You just heard me actually mention this in the last tip that I just talked about. Okay, but if you're like telling her about your new job and how you're making all this money, or you're telling her about your new car that you're gonna buy, your fancy clothes, how much you can lift at the gym, all your friends that you're impressive with, and you're doing it in a fashion to try to impress her, then that's going to turn her off. She's going to see that you're insecure by trying to impress her. If she's like, hey, what kind of car do you drive? And you're like, you know, you can mess with it. If you actually do drive a BMW, you could be like, I drive a BMW, but it's my dad's. He lets me borrow it. And you can mess with her. She's like, really? You do? No, it's mine. I bought it. But you play it down like it's not that big of a deal. You own a BMW. Like, yeah, it's a piece of junk anyways. You know, not like, well, I just bought a BMW. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yep, leather seats. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Yep. Top goes down, can drive. Yeah, I'll give you a ride sometime if you want. Women don't really like to hear that stuff. Okay, it turns them off. They don't want to feel impressed. They'd rather you just be you, be confident in yourself. If she's like, oh, I'd like to go for a ride in it sometimes. All right, maybe. If you're lucky, we'll see. Okay, then you just have some fun with her. So these are some of the things that men do that get put in the friend zone. If you've seen any of the things that I've mentioned here that you need to work on, don't worry. We're going to cover all this stuff in the course. And I just want you to make some notes of it. Write down what is it that your weak points are. Maybe not all of these, hopefully. And maybe just 2 or 3 of these points are things that, like, you know, yeah, you're right, Dave, I'll kind of do that more. Okay? Well, all you got to do is now you know it and you're aware, which is important. So next, focus on how can you change it. Just do that a little bit less next time you go out with women. Again, it's not going to happen overnight. But now that you're aware of it, when you do this, you're going to go, oh, and you're going to catch yourself. And one thing I want to say is if you do something wrong when you're with women and you catch yourself, and you're like, oh man, sorry, that kind of sounded arrogant. Let me start over. She can forgive you for that, okay? Because she knows at least you're aware of the things you do wrong, and everybody slips, and that's okay. Okay, so being aware is very important. So at least you know if you do get away, you're like, oh man, that sounded really wimpy or insecure. You know, I don't know if I had a brain fart there or whatever, but that's not normally be. Let me start over. That will help you actually recover yourself a little. All right, so the next video, we're going to talk a little bit how the game works and how practice makes perfect. So I'll see you in the next video.